Should you spend your money on plugins during Black Friday?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
No!
No comment.
Yes. Please, no! Yes. No! Yes! No! See.
No, seriously, you can't really answer this question with a yes or a no because it depends on many factors. Most of the time, especially if you're watching this video, I would say that no, you shouldn't buy plugins during Black Friday, but let's talk about it more deeply in this video. What's up everybody, it's IDs, and as you may have noticed in the last few days, Black Friday is open for many brands and plugins manufacturers. Depending on the company, discounts usually range from 20 to 50% for the best offers. And whether you're a producer, a sound engineer, a musician, we are all attracted by this Black Friday to buy new plugins and enrich the quality of our music. So buying plugins during Black Friday, is it a good thing for your music and your mixes? Is it really worth it? I give you my perception of things in this video, but before that, I would like you to take 30 seconds of your time just to put in the comments if yes or no you plan to buy plugins during this Black Friday, and if yes, which plugin or bundle do you want to buy? I'm really interested to know that, and others might be interested as well to know the good opportunities. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next videos and get all the information you need about pop and hip-hop mixing. Okay, so the first thing you need to understand to approach this topic the right way is to know exactly what the purpose of audio plugins is. Nowadays, many people, especially beginners in the music business, are convinced that expensive paid plugins are the way to get professional results. This is totally wrong. Always remember that your choice of plugins must absolutely depend on you and not on external promotions or discounts. This leads us to a principle I call the skills needs budget principle. This means that your choice of tool, be it plugins or hardwares, should always depend on these three things, which are your skills, your needs, and your budget. Let's start with the skills. As mentioned in the first part of this video, it makes no sense to use paid, complex, and professional plugins if you don't have enough skills to use them. I know that expensive plugins are very attractive because of the videos you see on YouTube, the tests made by the manufacturers, but don't get trapped by that. Because these quality plugins will never work by themselves. I mean, they need to be handled by someone who knows what he or she's doing. So if you still at the point in your learning process where you don't always know what you're doing with your plugins and you're fiddling with basic plugins, don't buy paid plugins. I often tell my clients who ask me questions about plugins that it's always better to use basic plugins that you use the right way than to use complex paid plugins that you don't use the right way. Honestly, you might be very surprised by the results you can get with basic free plugins. What you have to keep in mind is that quality plugins will never take your music from just decent to pro overnight. They are meant to support your skills as a producer, musician, or sound engineer. Let's continue with the second principle, which is the needs you have. In audio, when you buy something, you have to be able to confirm to yourself that yes, you really need that specific plugin to improve your productivity and the quality of your music. Actually, you need to be able to differentiate between what you need to be more productive and what you want. We all know that in the music production community, 95% of us would like to have access to all the plugins on the market. But in reality, only like 2% of the community really needs them. To feel the need to buy new plugins, you have to reach a point where the tools you have at your disposal don't seem to be enough for what you want to sound like. You have to get that feeling of like, shit, I'm stuck with the plugins I have right now. I need this specific plugin or bundle to fill what's missing. So to summarize this second principle, keep in mind that you should always put your needs before your desires. Okay, last thing to take into account, your budget. This one seems totally natural. You always fit a purchase to your budget. But since I started my job as a mix engineer, I've noticed that some people go completely crazy when it comes to plugins. Honestly, some people, even some beginners in music, spend their salary on plugins. It's like just crazy. So if I had one big piece of advice to give you, it would be this: always keep an eye on your budget before buying any plugin or bundle, because you might quickly regret it and realize that for the price you would have put your money in something else. And second tip, always try to spread out your purchases over a longer period. Why do I say this? First, because it's always better for your wallet, I think, to spend several small amounts of money over several months than to spend a large amount of money in one go. And secondly, because when you buy several plugins at the same time, let's say in a bundle, there are always plugins that you don't use or even try. This means that these plugins are just useless. That's why, in my opinion, when it comes to plugins, it's always better to spread out your expenses. Now you might say to me, yeah, but it's Black Friday, discounts like that only happen once a year. I really need to take advantage of it. Okay, if you have the skills, you really need it, and you have the budget, go for it. But before you go shopping, I want you to think in terms of priority. Are new plugins really your priority to improve your music? Because I would like to remind you once again that the most essential thing to make quality music is skills, not tools. So why not spend your money on education? For example, platforms like Mix with the Masters or Nail the Mix allow you to have access to very high quality videos for a certain amount of money per year. And compared to plugins, this kind of investments is priceless. This is just an example, but what I want you to understand is that in the music field, when you make a purchase, you always have to think about what it's going to bring you back in the short or long term. In fact, before every purchase, whether it's for plugins or not, you have to ask yourself this question: will this thing I'm about to buy pay me back in any way, shape or form for the price I put into it? And as you will understand, this will never be in money. It could be something that brings you more customers, allows you to work faster or more efficiently. It could be anything that indirectly pays you back for your purchase. Think about it. So that is it for this video. I hope you now have a better perception of the value of plugins, of your needs, your skills, your budget, your priorities. All these things have a crucial importance in the choice of plugins you make. If you have any questions about this topic, please post them in the comments. I'll be very happy to answer them. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and drop a like if you found this video useful. Well, see you soon. Bye-bye.